Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Power Time Machine. This time we're looking at Volume 74 of Nintendo Power, featuring Donkey Kong Land, as well as a look at RPGs in Japan, as well as Chrono Trigger, which was just about to come out, and a look at E3 of 1994. Let's take a look at the first page. Of course, you get the obligatory advertisement. This guy, crowd surfing. Order form. Of course, bunch of little anarchy symbols. I don't know if you can see that, because, you know, you're surely an anarchist if you're subscribed to this magazine. I'll look at the table of contents real quick. Big news is Donkey Kong Land, E3, Japan RPGs. Video games include Donkey Kong Land, Judge Dredd, oh, that'll be fun, Nosferatu, Jungle Strike, Animaniacs, Power Instinct, another Street Fighter clone, SWAT Cats, awesome show, Power Rangers the movie, awesome show, World Heroes 2, which is a fairly good fighting game, almost as good as Street Fighter actually. Oh, I don't have a lot of time, let's take a look inside. The usual letters, fan art, Joker, Glacier from Killer Instinct, Zero from Mega Man. They wrote a letter to themselves apparently this time. They must not have got enough letters in. This one's from Funky Kong himself. Pretty much ragging on Cranky Kong for being an old man. And there's the guy with the Killer Instinct arcade game. Power charts. Top games are Donkey Kong Country, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Final Fantasy III. Game Boy games, top 10 movie-based games. Apparently number 1's Lion King. And the most wanted, number 5, comically being the Virtual Boy. Donkey Kong Land, full spread, all of the guys you're going to have to face. I don't think this game really did as well as I thought it was going to do. Your basic layout of all the levels, or at least some of the levels, it's a lot like Donkey Kong in and of itself, Donkey Kong Country, only it's for the Game Boy. Not much to say about it, really. If you play Donkey Kong Country, which is a great game, as well as its sequels, then you know pretty much everything that this game is about. On and on and on. My gosh, just keeps on going. They were really pushing this one. Seriously pushing this one. My goodness. Look at all this. Level by level. Oh, E3. So what was going on E3 in 94? Well, a lot apparently. There's a tattoo parlor there, I guess. Earthbound was about to come out. Still promoting Killer Instinct, Doom. Earthworm Jim 2 was going to come out, as well as Donkey Kong Country 2. Secret of Evermore. Some other games that, you know, kind of came and went. Batman and Robin. Batman Forever. I'm not sure which one that is exactly. Spider-Man. Some poor kids that got suckered into playing the Virtual Boy. A Mortal Kombat looking setup. Oh no, I mean it's Killer Instinct setup. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Earthworm Jim 2. This guy. Predictions. Sega will introduce a 64-bit system by bundling 8 master systems together and calling the whole thing Titan. That does sound like a strategy that Sega would use. Oh, here we go. Judge Dredd. With all of his dreadiness, as I'm sure the game was. Basic platformer, pick up items, get yourself awesome. You know, fight those old guys that kidnap you in the desert. Probably fight that big robot monster thing too. Ooh, this one still has a poster in it. Ah! Booger Man. What a classic. Right. Anyhow. Yes, more Judge Dredd. They were really pushing these whole, multi-page spans of games, especially platform games at the time. It's one of their big stories. How they make those crazy characters with their wireframes and computer graphics and stuff that we knew little about at the time. It is amazing. That's Josh Spinal. He's cool. Power Instinct. What would a Nintendo Power magazine be without a clone of Street Fighter? This guy, of course, featuring everyone's favorite Thin Nin. Yeah, not much to say about this. Your basic power moves. All of it copying off Street Fighter. Nosferatu, again, it must have been a big deal with platformers. Not that platformers weren't huge for Super Nintendo, but really, I mean, 3 of them in a row that probably span multiple pages. Hoping for a little bit more than this. I mean, especially a game like Nosferatu. I mean, who has ever actually heard of that game? No one. That's who. Epic Center, where they focus on RPGs that are coming out. Japanese RPGs especially. Here we go. Awesome shot of Chrono Trigger. If you've not played Chrono Trigger and you are a fan of RPGs, then you are not a fan of RPGs, because this is one of the greatest RPGs ever made in my book. Multiple endings, awesome characters, awesome story. By any means, if you have the emulator for this just lying around and you got some free time, give it a shot. You will not be disappointed with this one. Epics in Japan, not a whole lot to say there. A lot of them not that great. People don't play these kind of games in America. Horse racing game, you see that at the arcade sometimes, but not a lot of people overall. Front Mission, I'm running out of time as usual. I'm rushing through everything. Earthbound was about to come out. Strategies for Earthbound. The classified stuff. WWF Raw. Who to fight there. Super Punch-Out, tips and tricks. World Heroes 2, which is actually a pretty good fighting game. Star Trek Academy. Fishing games, because, you know, they've always done so well in the market. Again with the soccer, just like the last volume. Racing. SWAT Cats, great TV show. Probably not such a great game. Jungle Strike, which is like a Front Mission or Mech Warrior, but you're a plane. I hate the whole like kind of like 2/3D look to these games. It makes them really difficult to play. But you know, they're trying something new at the time. Counselor's Corner, telling you how to get through Bradish Might and Magic 3, which is probably a very hard game to play. Aerobiz Supersonic. Oh, yeah, run your own airport. That sounds like a great thing for kids. They'll love that. Jurassic Park 2, the Game Boy. Probably not very interesting. Power Rangers the movie, the game. Pretty good platform beat 'em up game. You know, like Final Fight or Fatal Fury. No, not Fatal Fury at all. It doesn't matter. Animaniacs for the Game Boy. Probably not that great of a game. Get them run around. Very exciting. World Heroes 2 Jet. The Game Boy equivalent of World Heroes 2. World Heroes 2 is pretty good. I just mentioned it earlier in the classified area that they had. Pretty solid game. And then before the Wii, there was apparently the Xtertainment, a bike where you can play some sort of a ridiculous biking game, and you have a control set up like this. I don't know. I didn't even recall this until I looked through this magazine again. Don't know anyone who'd ever even heard of that. But you win 27-inch TV, a Super NES, and apparently that contraption. You know, you can also win shirts. Exciting. Power challenges, Donkey Kong Country, NHL 95, Super Street Fighter 2. How to take a good picture so you can send it in as a record. My challenge to you this time around, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, top 10 blowouts with a 1-player rookie team. Can you beat 400 wins and 31 losses? Probably not. No one's going to try. The Now Playing, where they actually got rid of the retail, suggested retail value. Now it just has the company release date and memory size. Really sad, because some of those retail prices were just abysmally funny. I wish they would have brought them back. Pretty much just covers all the games that they have already reviewed in this issue of the magazine. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Here's how their critics break it down. You know, put your little icon next to the game if you liked it. Everyone liked Donkey Kong Land, apparently. Pack Watch, Diddy Kong 2, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong Country 2, coming out pretty soon. Super Mario World 2, coming out pretty soon. Virtual Boy games, oh yeah. Batman Forever, it was Batman Forever. Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, which is great, highly recommend that. Next issue, Virtual Boy. Can't wait for that one. I'm definitely going to review that. And warning, using only a well-ventilated area. It stinks. It's for Earthbound. It's like living in your gym shoes. And then the kid at his computer with his toxic waste. Well, that's all for this issue. Join us next time for Nintendo Power Time Machine.